Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you can edit this, right?
Yeah, you can edit this,
Okay.
no worries.
So my name is Mark Nowacki, and I came down because my friend told me to come down, and I had expected that this would be, they would talk about what's going on in Austin instead of telling us what they did in Philadelphia. And my concern is what they've done with Zilker Park and what they've done with a lot of different parks in Austin. They have a lot of meetings, a lot of charrettes, but basically they just do what they want to do. The meetings are complicated, convoluted, long, nothing gets done, and there is no transparency. And the transparency is lost because they just talk so much, and they just go on and on and on. And so I recommend social media, crowdsourcing, Facebook, because you can do it from your living room. You don't have to go somewhere. You can just make your statement, and you can ask, and then also people get an idea of what's on the table.
So do you not feel that doing things online would kind of increase the complexity of what's being discussed, or do you feel that it would decrease that complexity?
I think what it would do is this is the issue, is the citizens have to know what the city has planned.
Right.
And that's the problem. The city plans stuff, but they don't let anybody know what they're doing. And they basically are going to do what they're going to do. They really don't care what the citizens think. And they hire these engineers, and they hire organizations to come in and create these plans that have nothing to do with what citizens want. And then we have, and I've worked on these programs so many times, and then you have to spend months fighting the city. And the city usually comes at it like this. They say, we're going to offer you 3 plans, or 2 plans. And basically, it's an old marketing technique. You offer them 2 plans that are completely worthless, and then you offer them the 1 plan that they want to do. And so you look at the 2 and you go, well, these are terrible. They're too expensive, and they don't do what they're supposed to do. And then the only one left is the one that they want to do. But it's not what anybody wants. And so the thing is we never in Austin are offered, like, here's this clean slate, let's build it. They always come with a plan in hand, and then they say, well, this or this. And it never is what anybody wants.
So, go ahead.
In terms of using the social media outlets,
yeah,
what recommendations would you have in terms of making people even aware of those outlets? Getting the word out.
I don't even think that's a problem. I think that if you set up the Facebook page and then you have people like and friend, that what will happen is you will get 10,000 people involved. Just like that. It's not going to be an issue of finding people to come. People in Austin want to be involved. The problem with what's being involved in Austin is you go to 25 meetings, nothing happens. And I hate to say it, but this meeting we just went through, the guy just went up there and rambled on and on and on, and the city staff guy just rambled on, and we really got nothing. It was really, I think, for me, it was empty. It was really empty. It wasn't concise. It just was a history of nothing. And it was a complete waste of time. And citizens who have kids and family, they're not going to want to come down here and listen to this. This was a completely unenlightened nothing, And I am very conscious of what's going on. I've been to Chicago. I've seen Millennium Park. I've been to the Highline. There's phenomenal projects. In Austin, we have nothing. We have some of the worst public projects ever, and it's because the people that run this city must not travel, or they just don't understand what's going on in the rest of the world.
So what would you like to see happen in this area?
Well, what I'm most concerned with is to keep maintaining the green space. Mm-hmm. And a perfect example, if you go to, you should go video. Look at what they're doing on the North Shore on the park between First and Lamar. I mean, they are just tearing it up, and what are they doing? They're putting in parking lots. That's not even a consideration. They don't ask anybody. They're putting parking lots and green spaces. They're putting trails and paths that are for cars. They're building highways all through the park system, and nobody is even aware of it, or nobody is asked what are they doing. They're just destroying the park. And if you talk to them and ask, why are you doing this? Oh, they come up with 9 million reasons why. They don't have a choice. They have to do it. It's ADD compliance, all this stuff. And it's basically, it's a city staff. They have a program. They want to spend money. And they're going to do what they're going to do. And they do not care what citizens care at all.
In terms of the planning that's been going on, did you participate with the Imagine Austin process?
I looked at some of the Imagine Austin, and I followed some of it, and I went to some of the meetings, and it was, again, insufferable. It was insufferable. The meetings went on, and people didn't know how to speak concisely. They just rambled and wasted everybody's time. It was the most pathetic concept of a meeting and the concept of a charrette, which is where people are involved. It doesn't work that way in Austin. What they do is they come with a plan, they say this or this.
So I guess maybe to summarize, could you describe in your words what you would consider the ideal kind of public engagement process?
The ideal public engagement is you say, this is the piece of property. And then you say, let's start out, and it's kind of what this gentleman talked about in a way. He could have said it in 5 minutes instead of an hour. But it's basically, okay, we have this park space. We would like input from the citizens. What do you want to do with this space? And then the citizens throw out their ideas. And then you can categorize the ideas. Okay, so you categorize that, and it's all transparent, it's all online, it's all available to everybody.
An online forum.
Absolutely. So then they categorize it, and then literally, you could, it's kind of like Wikipedia in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar to Wikipedia, so that you have people that are editing. And so, like, let's say you take these people who, environmentalists, and they really have an environmental, and then you have the developer type, and then you have more. So you have these, then you start breaking down into different categories, okay? And it's all transparent. Everybody sees what's going on. And then you start getting these people to have these conversations, but you'll have people that are going to have to negotiate, and they're going to have to compromise, and then you kind of come to a consensus. But the thing is what they do here, and what you don't want to do, is to start off with a plan. And then say, here's the plan, what do you think? No.
I don't think that's what they're planning for this.
That's what they've always done. I have never seen them do anything but that.
Well, let's hope this time is different, because
You're right. The thing is you know what? They're already doing it. They're already doing it. They're building this bridge, this pontoon thing. What kind of citizen involvement is that? Zero citizen involvement. Zero. There's a whole issue about how that section of the lake is going to be developed, and zero citizen involvement at all. It's just the citizens, the city staff and the developers. The citizens have no input at all. And this process is already started, okay? Like I said in there, they have a sewer line that's going through the park, and it is a development sewer line. And I talked to the contractor who's building the sewer line. And the sewer line is designed to have buildings in the park. And not just little tiny buildings, massive skyscrapers. They are building a sewer line so that the south side of Austin is going to look like the north side. Nobody knows that. Wow. It is completely unknown. This whole process is already, the train has left the station, okay? It has left the station. The plans they already know where the electric lines are. They know where the sewer lines are. They know what the road, they know everything. And then they're gonna start involvement with the citizens. It's too late. If they open up and say, okay, look, this is, be honest, which is difficult to do in our government, is say, look, this is what we've got. This is what we've planned. This is what we've been talking about here. Talk about it. Tell us what you think.
Transparency to information as early in the process as possible.
It has to start at the beginning. It has to be the very beginning. It has to be basically, this is the space. We want conceptual ideas of how you think about this space. How do you feel? How do you interact in the space? How do you use the space? Okay, you get those then you go, okay, what do you want? Open. That's how the High Line was done in New York.
Yep,
I've been to the High
definitely.
Line many times, and that is an insane project. That is an incredible. Well, you know what?